Hey guys, subscribe for daily content, and if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got another short little unboxing video to share with you guys. Just an unboxing, not a review, but this is a knife that people have been asking me about for a long time. When are you going to get this knife? Also, it's combined with a steel that people have been asking me about for a long time, saying, when are you going to cover this stuff? Well, fortunately, I get to do it all at once today. I picked this up at DLT Trading. It might still be available. Either way, I'll link it down in the description. You guys can check it out if you want. It does help my channel when you use those things, but that's entirely up to you. This was not like DLT didn't send it or, you know, give me a discount. I was scrolling DLT because I do that on my own time, and it popped up, and I thought I'm going to go ahead and buy this. So I paid full price. I don't even think I remembered to use my own affiliate link. Whoops. But I paid full price for it. This is a knife that I do plan to use for many reasons. So thanks to my patrons for supporting me. Make sure your notifications are turned on for the Metal Complex YouTube channel. What do we have here? What do we have? We actually, believe it or not, have a Manix 2. It has been years. This is one of my favorite Spyderco knives of all time, and people have always asked, if you love it so much, why don't you own one? I don't know. I owned it. I owned two of them, and I EDC'd one for a very, very long time. And I think I just kind of like moved on from it. I loved it, but there was a lot of other stuff that I wanted to experience. And so now I have been given an opportunity and a reason to own it, and carry it, and use it again. So here we are. The Spyderco Manix 2 looks and feels exactly as I remember from the one I bought 12 years ago or something like that. Let's go ahead and deploy it. There we go. So this interesting finish here. This is like a lightly, it's like a little bit of a different tumbled finish. More importantly, this is utilizing MagnaMax steel. Now, this is one of the very best blades that I could have to test this steel. It's also a Spyderco, and Spyderco is known for heat treating stuff properly. This, if you're thinking, that sounds like that MagnaCut steel, right? Yeah. It's made by the same guy. It was designed, I guess, by the same guy. Now, how it compares, because I like MagnaCut. I like it. It's got a really good balance. In fact, it's kind of when it came out, MagnaCut was kind of a wild steel. It's like, how are you achieving pretty good edge retention? Like edge retention similar to, you know, S30V, better than Vanax at higher HRCs. But you're also boasting absolutely absurd stainless qualities, almost impervious to, almost like cannot be, you know, cannot corrode. And then on top of that, the edge, like the toughness is absolutely off the charts. It's a weird, in the multi-directional teeter-totter that is blade steel composition, it seems like there's not as much being removed. Like usually you weight one side and one of the other sides goes up, or partially two sides go up. With MagnaCut, it was like you took a little bit out and then everything increased, which is just weird. Usually not how that works. MagnaMax seems to also, at least what it's boasting, seems to have a similar set of traits here. I don't believe as stainless as MagnaCut, but to my surprise, still stainless. This is listed as a stainless steel, which is wild because it also apparently is still really tough. Definitely tougher. It's not as tough as MagnaCut, but it's definitely tougher than steels like S90V, and it boasts, I guess, similar edge retention comparable to 10V or K390. I think a lot of people refer to MagnaMax as a stainless K390 that still has a lot of toughness. That's wild. That's wild. It may be that the only negative to this is having to resharpen it. This sounds, because I'm going to tell you guys right now, I'm a huge fan of S90V. And the reason I like S90V is because, you know, I look at something like M390, and for how much effort I have to put into M390 when it's properly heat treated to resharpen it, And I know people are like, oh, it's not that bad. I don't like to sharpen. I don't. I don't enjoy it. It's not therapeutic to me. I do it when I have to. So for the amount of effort that I have to put into sharpening something like M390, it seems like I put about the same effort into S90V, but S90V seems to last so much longer. And people will say, well, the trade-off there is corrosion resistance. S90V is not quite as corrosion resistant as M390. I don't care. I don't need the additional corrosion resistant properties of M390. So S90V for me is an absolutely superior steel. I love S90V. If this is tougher, because S90V, the issue with it is not very tough. If this is tougher than S90V, it's still stainless enough, and it boasts the same edge retention, well, I might have a new, one of my favorite steels of all time is Vanax, right? But S90V is way up there. This might actually knock it down a bit. We'll have to see. But I feel like a Spyderco Manix 2 is just about the most ideal. It's so smooth. This is nice. I remember the Manix 2 not feeling like this out of the box. This thing is ridiculously smooth. Ridiculous. The Manix 2 actually is one of those hidden... When I talk about the knives that inspired my own design, the Manix 2 is actually one of those that I always forget to bring up, because the Manix 2 was one of the first pocket knives that showed me, oh my gosh, I have a huge preference for ergonomic comfort, right? Like that. Obviously everybody wants to be comfortable holding a knife, but ergonomics really, really make a huge difference, to the point where even when the design is from a company who, this is my mentality back then, makes super ugly knives, if it is that comfortable, I will just deal with the fact that it's not the prettiest thing in the whole world, because I enjoy the ergonomics so much. They actually take priority over my preferences in aesthetic. So, have a lot of experience using the Manix 2, so I'm happy to come back to it. Love the ball bearing lock on these guys. It operates like a crossbar lock, but it's one of the knives I reference all the time that the design is superior to crossbar locks in general. Number one, it has no omega springs. It utilizes a coil spring. And number two, it actually doesn't shove a bar behind a ledge. It shoves a ball. I think it's a steel ball behind this ledge back here. It's actually a super strong locking system. I wish... I remember buying a titanium cage switch from Flytanium a while back. I wonder if I can still do that. But yeah, I think that this will be fun to test out MagnaMax and just give you guys my thoughts. It'll probably be a while until I return to it, because I want to use this and really, I want to use it to the point where I start to notice it's not as sharp anymore. And I want to kind of report on how long that felt like it lasted. I don't want to force it. I just want to use it for stuff. I don't want to go out and cut perfect lines into cardboard, which, by the way, I think is a plenty valid test. I just want to carry it like a regular Joe, and just keep using it until I start to feel like this thing isn't quite as sharp anymore. And then I want to kind of report back and let you guys know what I think. And then, obviously at some point, I'd like to try to sharpen it and see if it is as much of a nightmare as I assume it'll be. Yes, I have diamond stones. I have a guided system. And I know people are like, oh, it's like nothing. If you have it's still like, if I have to spend longer than 10 minutes on it, it's a long time to me. And I know people are like, that you're lazy. But a lot of times when I sharpen super steels, it takes, somewhere between 20, 25 minutes, all the way up to if I mess something up, it takes up to an hour, and it just irritates me. And it's not something that I'm will eventually love. It's just something that I have to do sometimes. I have enough knives that I don't have to do it very often, but if I carry the same knife over and over, like here, fairly soon I'm going to have to resharpen my Sage 6. Not super afraid of that one, but I'll only do it when I absolutely have to. Because I love that knife, but the edge, it's, as much as I've been using it, it's losing its edge. So, it's not something that I enjoy, and I don't plan on ever enjoying it, but I will do it when I have to. This is cool. I'm so happy to have a reason to check this thing out again. If you have never checked out the Spyderco Manix 2, it is made in the United States, and it is one of the most highly recommendable EDC folding knives ever. Like, it would still easily make a top 50, probably easily a top 20 list if I were to do like the top folding knives of all time and not just of the year or by specific price range. Yeah, in fact, there'd be a ton of Spyderco knives on that list. I do need to redo that. I do need to redo that video. That's a tough video to do. People have been asking me, do the top 50 greatest pocket knives of all time. That's a tough video to do, guys, because I don't own them all. So I have to like edit footage from past videos. But anyways, I'm kind of talking around in circles here. Very cool, very exciting, very recommendable knife. Pick up the Manix 2. Does not have to be in MagnaMax or whatever this. I keep saying MagnaMax. It doesn't have to be in MagnaMax. It can be in whatever steel. Spyderco does a great job with everything. That's going to be it from me today. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex. I'll go right there and subscribe because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.